Good afternoon.
Hello and welcome to ИнстаФорекс Economic News TV channel with us, Takhmina Salomova
and Anna Kasatkina.
You're watching the currency and commodity market review for the last week.
What change took place in the foreign exchange market throughout last week?
On Friday, the American dollar dropped against its major rivals.
And what triggered the sell-offs?
Some weak fundamentals which questioned the strength of the US economy. The dollar depreciated to its session lows during anemic trading, with market participants mostly out for Good Friday. The US dollar index fell to 100.44. For the week, it was down 0.7%. The WSJ dollar index, which measures the greenback's position versus a wider basket of currencies, decreased to 90.10, with a weekly decline of 0.9%. Donald Trump spurred the dollar's recent weakness. On Wednesday, the president said the dollar was getting too strong. It sparked sell-offs in the currency. In the latest economic data, the US retail sales contracted by 0.2% in March, making the worst two-month stretch for sales in the past 2 years. Excluding autos and gas, retail sales actually rose by 0.1%. The same month, the consumer prices went down by 0.3%. It was the first time inflation has dropped in 13 months. Excluding food and energy, the CPI fell by 0.1%. Against the yen, the US dollar last traded at 108.63, gaining 1.9% over the week. The yen has been favored in recent sessions, with investors using it as a safe haven amid Trump's comments on the dollar and the tepid data. The euro traded at $1.0631 on Friday, posting a slight gain on the week. The pound sterling closed at $1.2529 with a weekly gain of 1.1%. And this is all about the current tendencies on Forex. Takhmina, what trends prevailed in the commodity market last week?
Crude oil traders continue to weigh chances for a balance between supply and demand in the market. Thursday's data revealed that the number of active oil rigs has climbed for the 13th consecutive week. But a report from the Energy Information Administration showed that the market is very close to a balance after years of global oversupply. The energy watchdog released data about a decline in weekly US crude supplies, but also reported a jump in production to its highest level in more than a year. In a separate report, the agency forecasted production at record levels for next year. But at the same time, the International Energy Agency reported on Thursday that global oil supply fell in March. Brent futures for June delivery rose to $55.89 a barrel, up about 1.2% over the week. WTI crude futures for May delivery advanced to $53.18 a barrel on the New York Mercantile Exchange. This contract settled by 1.8% above the previous Friday close. The number of active drilling rigs in the US jumped by 11 to 683 rigs last week, Baker Hughes said. Meanwhile, gold prices gained momentum in Thursday's trades in the US and continued this trend during European session on Friday. The metals rally was caused by a weaker dollar, which declined after Donald Trump's statement. On COMEX, the New York Mercantile Exchange division, June gold futures jumped by 0.8% to settle at $1,288.50 an ounce. For the week, the yellow metal gained 2.5%.
Takhmina, thank you for the commodity market review. You've watched the weekly currency and commodity market review on Insta TV.
It was presented to you by us, Anna Kasatkina
and Takhmina Salomova.
Have a great day. Goodbye.
See you.